What's up guys, it's Endymion, and today I want to talk about the mystery behind the Haestrom colony and its parent star Dolan, as well as how this plot thread would have led to a very different and very weird new frontier in Mass Effect's future. And I mean weird. Watch the whole thing because this video is going to some very weird places. I apologize in advance. Obviously spoilers for the Mass Effect series. And if you love Mass Effect, I got plenty of content on the channel. Please consider liking and subscribing. If you like what you see, thank you, and let's just begin this. Haestrom was a Quarian colony in the Dolan system. You'll probably remember it as the priority main mission area where Shepard recruits Tali in Mass Effect 2. Remember the level where the sun's heat literally starts to kill you if you stand too long in it? That's the one. Basically, it's revealed that Dolan, the sun of the system Haestrom resides in, is going prematurely into supernova. And the Quarians are kind of worried about this, which I mean, yeah, okay, makes sense. It's revealed that the use of Mass Effect fields, which releases dark energy, seems to be the culprit behind what's happening. For those unaware, or need a refresher, dark energy is controlled by utilizing the material known as Element Zero, or EZO, as some refer to it as. When dark energy is exposed to powerful electrical currents, the EZO releases that dark energy and creates a phenomenon known as Mass Effect fields. Basically, dark energy and EZO are the scientific reasonings behind BioWare's version of the Force from Star Wars. I personally like it more than the Force, but I'm biased of course. Moving on, as many know already, the original writer for Mass Effect 1 and 2 was Drew Karpyshyn, who originally conceived the idea that the Reapers were harvesting organic life not to preserve new life, but to halt the use of Mass Effect fields and dark energy. This was due to the fact that the more organic races use Mass Effect fields, it would lead to more dark energy being released, which in turn had a really scary effect on the state of the universe as a whole. Basically, only organics can use biotic powers and such, so this constant use of manipulating dark energy would theoretically bring the universe into an accelerated state of decay, leading to the eventual death of the entire universe and everything within it for good. I made a video about this a while back as well, called The Dark Energy Rebirth. If you'd like to see it, please go ahead. That video dives into concepts like the Big Crunch and how the death of the Mass Effect universe could lead to a reboot for the entire series. It's wild, but coming to the topic at hand, the plot line of Haestrom and its sun going supernova were suspiciously forgotten about and largely ignored within Mass Effect 3, which is puzzling due to how crazy it is. There's a real-world answer to this, and that is that Drew Karpyshyn, the lead writer on Mass Effect's first two games, left the company, and the eventual reasoning behind the Reapers was changed to the now canon reason being that the Reapers would harvest life when it reached its apex so new life could exist. But there's some very troubling and interesting plot ideas lead writer Drew Karpyshyn had that would have been very cool, but very controversial. See, originally the idea was that the whole dark energy subplot led to the accelerated premature death of the universe was going to have some ideas that could stop this threat from happening, but the cost was very interesting. See, originally the ending of Mass Effect 3 was planned to have two distinct outcomes. The first being that Shepard would find a way to stop the Reapers. Maybe the Crucible was still the plot idea at this point in BioWare's planning, but the result of this ending would have been that the Reapers would be defeated, but the use of dark energy wouldn't have been solved. And this ending would result in Shepard leaving the future of the galaxy to those who survived and hoping that the Council races could find some way to halt the premature end of all existence. It isn't really further expanded upon, but this ending would basically be, yeah, you beat the Reapers, but not really the problem. The other ending, however, is really wild. Not only is it interesting, but it is a little, how would I say, out there? See, the other ending was going to be that the human race, for some reason that wasn't elaborated on, would have special genetics in their DNA that when dispersed upon the galaxy in some space magic sort of way would be the only way to stop dark energy from killing everything. The ending goes further to state that Shepard would be faced with a genocidal choice that was pretty brutal. You would either sacrifice humanity in its entirety, along with Shepard, and have the Crucible basically disperse the collective DNA of all of humanity across the cosmos, and with this choice, humanity's DNA would in a sense, I guess, purify the dark energy of the universe, resulting in a new universe where all the races and all of existence would be saved, but at the cost of all humanity. This ending would be controversial. I mean, imagine a Mass Effect game where humanity just wasn't there. This ending, of course, would have had many implications, and it would even retroactively mess up the one and done Mass Effect Andromeda as well. To start with, if all humanity needs to be sacrificed to save the universe, then would the Hyperion housing thousands of human settlers on their way to Andromeda also be erased? Or would the Crucible's explosion be retained to only the Milky Way? Actually, now that I'm thinking of this, the result of that humanity dies so everyone lives makes Andromeda's existence even more important. So let's roll with it. Humanity is gone, dark energy is now purified somehow, and everything is dandy. The council races are okay, but humanity is completely vaporized in the process. But let's say, for the sake of theories and fun, that the Andromeda Initiative got out of the Milky Way in time. That would mean, in this supposed scenario, that the Hyperion wouldn't just be important to humanity's future in the Andromeda system, but it would also technically be the home of the only surviving humans in the entire universe. That would make Andromeda's mission of finding humanity and the other races a home even more important. And if Ryder would have found a recording from the Milky Way saying that the Reapers were stopped, but humanity had been erased from existence in the process, that would have been a very powerful and brutal truth to hear in Andromeda. This would also make the creation of the human Reaper in Mass Effect 2, which is literally the entire plot of that game, mean a lot more than it does now with the new ending. The Reapers abducting and using humans from various colonies to create a makeshift human Reaper may have had more to do with the Reapers realizing that humanity's DNA could save the universe than it did with the Reapers just being spooky and wanting to abduct humans to just create another one of them. Like, when you look at Mass Effect 2 through the lenses of this planned humanity saves all because our DNA is special ending, the entirety of Mass Effect 2 is seen within a new light. And we know that Mass Effect 2 was the only other game Drew Karpyshyn, who came up with this idea, worked on within Mass Effect as well. If the Reapers somehow discovered that we as humans were the key to saving everything, the abductions, the collectors, all of it suddenly isn't as sinister. Were the Reapers trying to save all of life with their actions in Mass Effect 2? And we as Shepard and friends effectively ruined their plans because we didn't have the knowledge that the Reapers did? That makes Mass Effect 2 feel a whole lot more different with this knowledge. Maybe I need to replay Mass Effect 2 now with this concept in mind and see where BioWare was trying to go with this. I know this video seems crazy and the whole idea is a little out there even by Mass Effect standards, but it is interesting to see how this whole humanity saves everyone because our DNA is unique was originally going to be the ending to the trilogy. This is a dark hole to jump down and explore, and I'm glad you're all here to explore it with me. But this leads me to one other big question. Why humanity's DNA specifically? Could it be that in the Mass Effect universe, humans were originally created by some higher power and humans were seen as the special race? I know it sounds like it is because of religion, but it wouldn't be the first time Mass Effect had religious undertones. Okay, I'm about to get a little wild here, but just stay with me. I mean, Shepard is the name of the first astronaut, Alan Shepard, sure, but the name Shepard also alludes to someone who tends to the flock, a leader who leads the followers. And then there's things like the Arks in Andromeda, with the Arks being safe havens like Noah's Ark in the Bible. Not to mention, and this is also kind of weird when you think about it, but in Mass Effect 2, you have 12 teammates with all DLC characters included. And Jesus had 12 apostles, or teammates in a sense too. And Shepard sacrifices his or herself to save all of existence? I'm just saying, guys, there's a lot of weird religious undertones to Mass Effect. There's even a Reddit post by username This Is Also My Pass, and they compiled a bunch of religious ideas from Mass Effect. And I won't lie, I was laughing out loud reading these because it's so weird, but interesting, but seriously weird. Like, Shepard is born in April, the Christian month of resurrection. Shepard's best friend and right-hand man is Garrus, whose other name is Archangel. Shepard literally dies in Mass Effect 2 and is brought back resurrection style, like Jesus would come back, and the project that brings them back is literally called Lazarus. Like, what? The female Krogan who repopulates Tuchanka is named Eve after Adam and Eve, the Omega Club being called Afterlife. I'm just gonna stop there, but I'll leave a link to the Reddit post if you want to dive headfirst into the absurdity that is the religious undertones of Mass Effect. I guess you're welcome? This is wild. Not to mention the Crucible, meaning like a test in religious... Anyway, maybe the dark energy of the universe is purified by humanity because we are children of God? Are you weirded out yet? I'm not even religious. I'm just saying these things at this point to make all of us uncomfortable. This is seriously weird. Well, guys, I'll stop here, but it's clear that the future of Mass Effect was once very different than what we got in the end. What do you think of all this? Did you cringe at all from all the religious undertones like I did? Are you going to replay the series now with all these religious ideas in mind to see what other insane connections you can make to the Bible and beyond? Let me know in the comments below. This video was a roller coaster of WTFs, but thank you for watching. If you like what you see and you want to see more, I got plenty of Mass Effect content on the channel. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to help a new YouTuber out. And maybe check out my first top 10 video that I've ever made, which was voted by the community for me to make. I'm ENDYMION, thanks for watching, and yeah, religion is something else. I'm going to stop talking now. Thanks for watching. See ya.